let's say this one more time. Slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Your slope is always in front of the x. Listen, if y is by itself, y has to be completely by itself for you to find the slope and the y-intercept that easy. Okay? So the slope is always in front of x if y is by itself, and then your y-intercept is always a single number without the variable. All right. So if I look at a problem such as let's do the problem y equals, we'll start a little bit easy, 3 over 2x minus 4. All right, what I strongly suggest you do is right underneath this problem is to put M and B. I would write it on the graph paper. I would write it where you get 6 graphs on there. Or maybe you want to do 3 and do the work on the left side and the graph right beside it. 10 by 10 will be big enough. I would rather you not make all 10 by 10 because really how many dots do you need to graph? 4. You need 2, right? So I'll show you in just a minute what you need to do. Right now, just write that problem down and write M equals and B equals. Now, Jose Juarez, can you tell me exactly what the M and the B are in that form? What's the M? And why can you tell me that? Yes. Y is all by itself, isn't it? If y is all by itself, the slope is in front of the x. The y is the number by with or alone. All right. So here's what you need to do. Go ahead and evaluate this problem. Meaning, what is my y-intercept? -4, right? So, oh, because I miswrote it. Thank you. Chris, is that what you meant? Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so 3/2 and then -4. So I'm going to have to go to the y-intercept of -4 first. This is what you find. This is what you graph first. You know one of those ordered pairs is it crosses the y-axis at -4. You with me? So you've got a lot of grid marks on your paper, but you know that you're going to only go down 4 on that, and then you're going to rise 3, and you're going to run 2. Are you with me? So you don't need a crazy amount of room. You just need to be able to go down 4 and then up 3 over 2. So on your graph, you're going to go down to -4 and put a dot. Now on your notes, we said if it goes up, if it's positive on the top, is the slope positive or negative? Positive. So from that point, I'm going to go up 3 units. I'm not going to put a dot there because I also have to run. I run right if it's positive on the bottom. Is it positive or negative? Positive. So I rise 3. I go to the right 2. And then how do I get more points? Up 3, right 2. Up 3, right 2. Or it's equivalent to have negatives on the top and the bottom. So that's why I can go down 3 and left 2. Now what's that going to form? A straight line.
So if you were to go on, if you have negative, if you have a positive or negative fraction, What if you had -3 positive 2?
We'll do one in just a minute. Are you with me? And that's it.
That's all we have to do for homework.
That is how some of what you're going to do for your homework. Yeah. It's you need to draw a line through all. You need to draw a line so I can tell that it's going through both of them. You need to extend past those two dots. Don't just put a line between the two dots because a line goes on forever. And we know that because we talked about ordered pairs going on forever. Are you with me? All right, good. All right, let's do another one. What if I had y equals 5x plus 2? Can you go ahead and state your M and your B?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're already there.
Why? Why are they already there?
Because you have to know that.
It's y equals. Y is by itself. What's your M? 5. But I need a rise and a run. 5 is equivalent to 5 over 1. And what's your B equivalent? Or what's your B? 2. I don't put that in a fraction because I don't need a fraction. I just need that number. So Seth, where do I start my line? No. 2. You start at 2. What does that mean? I go to the middle and I go up to 2 because 2 is where it crosses the y-axis. All right, Logan, what do I do now? So from that point, up 5 to the right 1. And why do I go up? It's a positive. And why did I go right? Because it's a positive. Oh my goodness. That is not a good line. You go up 5 and right 1. The 2 is just telling you where that line crosses the x-axis. Y-axis. Thank you for that look, Logan. Heard me. No. Use a clean sheet of paper. Fold it in half. Jacob, did you have a question?
What?
Do you have a question?
Is it okay if I'm drawing my graph to where I can go 5 either way?
No, that's fine. 5. What do you mean by that? Down 5?
If you get it all the way over, then it's 10 over and 10 down.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I'm crossing it in half to make 5.
I just don't want you to spend most of your time making the grid. I would just rather you. And I also think that it helps later with like domain and range. All right, here we go. What? All right, here we go then. Y equal nope. Sorry. 2x minus 3y equals 6. All right. Evan, what is my M and my B? No. Why can you not tell me immediately what those two things are? The y is not alone. So let's get that y alone. Caitlin, how do I get that y alone? Subtract the 2x. You with me? This crosses out over here. I get negative 3y equals. Now here, does that become 4x?
Nope.
No, because one has an x and one doesn't. So what does that become? Try to put that x in front because that's what you're used to. Yeah? Now what? No. No. Divide by -3. You can't add 3y because that would move the y all the way over. You want the y to stay. You want the -3 to go. So that becomes y equals 2/3 x. What? No. -2. 6 divided by -3. All right. Can you tell me the m and the b now? What's the m? And what's the b? All right. Where do I start my line, Matthew? One more time. -2. You start your line at -2. You hold your pencil there. Okay? And then Miles, what do you do? Up 2 over left or right? Right 3. And then you draw your line.
Was that negative? You only go up 3.
Huh? Who said up 3? You go up 2. Now, I'm not practicing this very well for you, but that line should extend forever. So what that means is I can put in x equals 100 and I can get the corresponding y value out. That's why that graph goes on forever, okay? Here's why I tell you this, because eventually we'll talk about domain and range. And domain are your x's and range is your y's. So what possible x values are represented in that problem? What x values could I put in for x? Meaning, what numbers could I put in for x? Anything. What number would I get out for y? I am going to get the corresponding y. That's a great answer. I'm going to get the corresponding y dependent upon the x value. But since this line goes on forever, there's no y value that I can't get because it goes negative forever and positive forever. Does that make sense? Okay, good. All right. Let's do another one. Oh, I want to change that 14. I want it to just be 0. All right, Christian, tell me my x or my m and my b. Close. Sorry, I did this wrong again. I'm sorry. Put a minus right there. I'm trying to answer Garrett's question from a while ago, and I'm not doing a good job. I'm picking the wrong sign. Put a minus there, please. Christian, I know what you're trying to do, but can you give me the m and the b very quickly? Why not? You have a -2y. The y is not by itself. Seth, what do I do first? Add 10x. After I changed it, you had to add 10x. And Christian told me 5 was the slope. And what was he trying to do? He was trying to do it in his head, right?
Yeah.
You got the 5 right, because what do you have to do to get y by itself? Negative 2.
Oh.
Now I get y equals what? No. Negative. Alan, did you switch your sign right here? I'm sorry. That was my fault. I switched it on you. All right. Are there any questions? All right. Now, what's my M? And what's my B? 0. Abby, how do I graph this one? Where at? Which one do I start with, the M or the B? B. What is my B? So it crosses the y-axis at 0. So where do I graph that? At the 0. And then, Abby, what do you think I do? Down 5 and over right or left? Right. Very good. Good, Abby. That was the hard one. All right. So your M is usually a fraction, isn't it? So negative 5, all you have to do is put a 1 under there. I can't tell you how many times I get this as my answer. I want to do it in red because it's wrong. They will get this one, and they will go down 5, and they will draw a straight line. That is not how that works. You have to put a 1 underneath that negative 5 because that's the equivalent rise over run. Are you with me? Now, Garrett's question a while ago, what if one of them was negative? Instead of going, and this is what Alan's question was as well, negative 5 over 1 is the same thing as what? 5 over negative 1. It's equivalent. It doesn't look the same, but it's equivalent mathematically. So instead of going down 5, right 1, what could I do? Up 5 to the left 1, and then I could draw a line. Questions? You got this?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. I think y'all do as well. Y'all have done these for quite a while, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2. X equals 6, and I want you to graph y equals negative 3. Graph that right now.
You're giving us 2.
I'm giving you 2 more to do on the graph paper. Graph those. X equals 6. That's one of them. Graph x equals 6. That's what I'm asking you to do. Work the first one. Oh, on the front. Why'd you tell me that? X equals 6. I'm going to ask who graphed this one. Who thinks they know how to do it? What you think, Jose? Oh, wait. Dorian, you tell me. You put a dot? Okay. Huh? Do I still what? No, it's just this one. I was afraid y'all would do that. It's just x equals 6. How does that one graph? Well, what does that mean? What does x equals 5 mean? Every ordered pair what?
Half of 6, 5/1.
6 for what? The x. So every ordered pair on this line has a 6 for x. That's what that means. So it's an undefined slope. What does the line look like? It's a vertical line. Good. That's it. Good. X equals 6 means, this is how you can think about it as well. I know I'm giving you a lot of options here, but 6, 3, 6, 0. 6 zeros here, 6 threes here, and you just connect the dots, right? All right, what was the last one I gave you? Y equals -3. Graph that one for me. Yep. What does that mean? Why? -3 is your y every single time. So just give yourself a little visual there. Draw 2 ordered pairs because that's all you need to make a line. Put -3 for y's and then put random numbers. It doesn't matter what they are. Then graph them. 1 -3 and 2 -3, and then what would you do? Yeah, I'm glad. So just like a while ago when I said if you get 0 or undefined as a slope, you don't do that process, you just graph it. Because it's going to be a lot easier for you to just find that equation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hold on.
How did I get this? Because it tells me y equals -3. That means every single y value on the ordered pairs has to be -3. Does that make sense? If I told you, for example, let's do y equals 2. Then that means I have at least 2 ordered pairs and both of their y values are 2. So if you graph like 1, 2, and 2, 2, 1, 2 would be here, 2, 2 would be here, and then you connect the dots. Does that make sense? Evan? Are you sure? So what would you do on this one, guys? What if I said x equals 4?
You would go.
Give me 2 ordered pairs.
4 up there.
Give me 2 ordered pairs.
4, 0, and 4, 1. 4, 3.
Right? And then you graph 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4, 1. What's my slope?
0.
Undefined. Because it's straight up and down. You can't do what we were doing a while ago, getting the y-intercept and then going rise over run, because there's not a rise over run. It's undefined. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, go ahead and open up your haiku page.